When Volkswagen acquired Bentley in 1998, many questioned why its interest was so high in the traditional British firm. With an ageing model range and tiny volumes, Bentley seemed an ill fit with the German volume manufacturer's brand portfolio. But Volkswagen's investment and influence has turned the company around. Now Bentley's Crewe facility produces cars in never-seen-before numbers. And the Continental range is key to this. Originally introduced as the hugely successful Continental GT Coupe, the Continental badge has expanded to incorporate the GTC convertible and this car, the Flying Spur. The saloon car in the Continental range, it offers vast rear legroom and a boot that's so enormous it will easily swallow golf clubs for all the car's passengers. Slotting underneath the hugely expensive Arnage, the Continentals attract Bentley customers with slightly less bulging wallets who still need that winged Bentley badge on their bonnet. The Flying Spur still costs around £117,000, and inevitably more when you dip into the Mulliner personalisation. This test car features over £13,000 of extras. However, the luxury car market is burgeoning, and Bentley seems to have hit the boom at the right time. Indeed, the Flying Spur's price tag doesn't look so ridiculous when compared to range-topping models from Mercedes, Audi and BMW. After all, none offer the cachet of the Bentley badge. And as the British car only features one engine, there's no ambiguity as to whether you're driving the range-topping model or, heaven forbid, an entry-level poverty specification model. So the Flying Spur's single-engine choice is the very same mighty 6-litre W-formation 12-cylinder engine as its Continental relatives. That means a power figure of 552 brake horsepower and a massive 479 pounds-foot of torque from just 1600 revs. That gives the Flying Spur quite sensational performance. This discreet saloon is something of a stormer, with 62 miles per hour arriving in just 5.2 seconds. Find a runway or unrestricted autobahn and the Flying Spur will easily carry you and your passengers at speeds approaching 200 miles per hour. Just don't talk about fuel consumption. 16 miles per gallon officially on the combined cycle isn't great, and in truth you'll get much worse than that in the real world. For Bentley to achieve its huge growth in volume, it's borrowed from its VW parent. So under the unique Bentley body, the Flying Spur borrows technology from the Phaeton, Volkswagen's engineered at no expense luxury saloon. As a starting point to develop a car, it's as good a place as any. The Phaeton's four-wheel drive system and 6-speed transmission underpinning the Flying Spur. The 6-litre W12 engine is also borrowed from the Phaeton, but like everything else, it's been tweaked by Bentley's engineers to ensure it provides a proper Bentley experience. Certainly the performance isn't exactly what you'd expect from a Bentley. Lots of unflustered urge giving easy yet searing pace. The four-wheel drive transmission delivers all the engine's power to the road without fuss. The 6-speed automatic switching ratios so smoothly there's no point taking over with the column-mounted paddles. Even when you do, the car second guesses and ultimately decides the ratios for you anyway. Even so, the Bentley purports to be a driver's car. There's adjustable suspension, varying from sporting firm to, not quite as cosseting as it should be, comfort. While the steering is pleasingly direct, it's devoid of feel. Ignore all that though and take a look at the cabin. None of its rivals come close. There's leather everywhere, and details like these chrome organ pull ventilation controls exhibit the sort of attention to detail and quality feel that you'd expect from a Bentley. So, although it might be considered a cheap, relatively speaking, Bentley, it certainly doesn't feel it. As for good points, there's epic performance, a sumptuous build, and enormous cabin space. On the downside, the ride could be more cosseting. There's horrendous fuel consumption, and the automatic transmission never really gives up control.